between governors on opposing coasts. The feud between Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and California Governor Gavin Newsom is nothing new, but it's picking up now that Governor DeSantis has thrown his hat into the presidential campaign ring. Wait News reporter Claire Galt joins us in the studio. And Claire, what is Governor DeSantis' plan in California?
Well, Lois, California may be a blue state, but make no mistake, there are plenty of red voters there with pretty deep pockets. Rich donors Ron DeSantis needs to beat former President Donald Trump and eventually Joe Biden. That's why a political scientist I talked to believes the governor will make many trips to California, even if he probably can't win the state. California and Florida. These days, they're about as different as it gets. Different coasts, time zones, political majorities, and very different governors.
Those differences have become much more stark.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and California Governor Gavin Newsom. They've got beef, as political scientist Aubrey Jewett would say.
It's definitely gotten more personal and a little nastier over the last few years. Somewhat because of Governor DeSantis, but also, Governor Newsom, he gives it as good as he takes it, right?
And hotter since DeSantis announced his run for the White House. For example, after DeSantis flew migrants from Texas to Sacramento earlier this month, Newsom went on Fox News and called him names.
We could talk about his zest for demonization. We could talk about his assault on free enterprise.
DeSantis said Newsom's all talk.
Stop pussyfooting around. Are you going to... Are you going to throw your hat in the ring and challenge Joe?
Jewett told me you can look at the back and forth like a symbiotic relationship.
They don't really like each other, but attacking each other, I think they both agree, helps.
When DeSantis attacks Newsom, he doesn't have to get into it with Donald Trump.
By attacking Newsom, he's hoping also that a lot of Republican voters around the country will say, yeah, we love Governor DeSantis because he's a fighter and he's taking it to the Democrats and he's pointing out all the failures of Democrats in their states.
And Newsom doesn't have to take on Joe Biden.
He's building national recognition now as best he can, and he's trying to establish himself as one of the leading Democrats who's going after conservative Republicans.
I asked Jewett, does he think Newsom will run in the 2024 election? And he told me it is highly unlikely that he'd try to beat the sitting president. No, he is ramping up for 2028. That's when Jewett believes he will run no matter who else is in the race.